Hi guys! Okay, so I just finished filming a makeup tutorial for Human Makeup Humid. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this Dermatend. It's for removing warts, moles, and skin tags. Skin tag is basically... Actually, let me draw you a picture. Okay, so a skin tag looks, well at least mine did. This is like basically like a zoomed in version. So this is basically what a skin... Well, it's like brown. Pretend that's brown. It basically looked like this. So what I know is that it's just like, it happens in like places that like rub against each other or something like that. So I have one. Common places are like apparently near your eye, on your neck. Mine was in my armpit, like right here. I'm not gonna show you my armpit, but yeah, it was like right here, like right below my armpit. It made shaving really difficult because like sometimes I would like miss the hairs around it because I didn't want to cut it, or like sometimes I did cut it and it like hurt, but it didn't like cut it off, it just like paper cutted it, so it like stung. It was just horrible and it looked really disgusting. Like, I mean, it was small. It was pretty much like this big. But you can see it because it's a darker color than like your natural skin. Like, it's not just a piece of like flesh sticking out, it's like darker, and I hated it. Like, I hate wearing like what's it called, sleeveless shirts, because you can see it. And so there's so many cute things that are sleeveless, but I'd always get like self-conscious and be like this or something like that. So I've been like, I was like debating like, should I cut it off? And then I saw like Gregory Gorgeous just use nail clippers to do it. I was like, I can't do that. It looked so scary. So then I started researching, and then I found this thing that Dr. Schmidt had or whatever for wart tag removal. And you know, it's like that freeze thing where you see on the commercials where there's like a bump and then you freeze it and then it goes down. So you'd assume, well, from my non-research, I thought, oh, it'll go away in like a week, like you freeze it and then you can like, it just falls off or something like that. But no, when I was reading like stuff about it, it takes like a couple weeks, like maybe like 2 months or more to like fully heal and let it come off. You have to reapply it over and over. And I didn't like that because I was going on a cruise and I needed to get it done like fast. And I didn't want to go to a doctor to remove it because I just thought it was just like so much money just to remove this tiny little thing that I can just cut off myself. And also, I couldn't find it. There was one for wart removal, but mine was a skin tag. And I did find on Amazon or something that they did have the skin tag one, but I couldn't find it in stores. So then I just started researching, and then I found this brand, Dermatend. This tube is so freaking small. Like look at this. This little baby was, I think, like $35 or $40, I don't remember, but look at this tiny thing, it's so small. But I'm not gonna lie, this baby works. It comes with a nail file too, like it has this whole like little kit. You have a nail file basically, and you kind of like scrub it against the skin tag. So pretend there's a skin tag right here, and you scrub it. If you have a skin tag, you know what I'm talking about. So pretend you have a skin tag right here, or a mole, and then you scrub it off. You don't scrub it off, but you kind of like puncture it until it gets kind of, it doesn't hurt that bad. Like, it sounds worse than it is, and the pictures that they show you is like really nasty, but it's really not that bad. You just keep going back and forth, kind of like to weaken it, like to open the pores or whatever, I have no idea. And then you clean it, that area, and then you add this on. So I'll show you what it looks like. I'll put it on the note card because I really don't want to get it on me, and it has a really strong smell, but like it works, so can't really complain. So it basically looks like this. It's like this dark orange color. Oh, and by the way, before you use it, I totally forgot, you have to like mesh it around and like shake it and stuff. So it has like a really harsh smell, but that's like the herb, I guess, they use, or whatever it is. And then it says that it should start working after like 6 hours or 8 hours or so. So I did it before I went to bed and stuff. And I thought, oh, like it's gonna get hard and then it'll just like fall off, because it said it like works immediately, or like takes a week at most to like get rid of it. So I was getting, so I started using it, and then to me it looked the same. Like this, you put it all over the skin tag, and the skin tag is pretty big, because remember the picture I showed you? There's a trunk and then there's the top part. So to me it looked the same, like the skin tag. I was like, it didn't work. I was so sad. I was like, but maybe I didn't file it hard enough. Okay, so my process is, I did what it told me. I filed it down, not really for 10 minutes. I just kept filing until like, I guess it felt right. and then I put the stuff all around it. It's actually kind of hard because it's not really like thick and creamy that you can like really engulf the skin tag with the Dermatend, but it was like, you'll just know when you try it if you try it. I highly recommend it if you want to get rid of a skin tag. But anyways, okay, so after I filed it and put it on, and then I just like literally had my arm like this or like this, because I didn't want the cream, because it didn't dry it, so I didn't want I'm calling it a cream, but it's not a cream, to get on the top of my arm. So I was just like holding it like this, da 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 da. And then when it finally dried, I was like, yay. And then when I woke up the next morning, all the red stuff was gone, like the dried pieces. So it just like fell off, and my skin tag was still there. I was like so disappointed. I was like, oh. So I waited a day, and then I did it again. I cleaned it off, and then I filed it again. But I filed it longer this time, and then I just did the same exact process. And then I still feel like it didn't do anything, and then I did it one more time. So I waited another day, and then I did it another time, and then when I put it on and stuff, I waited, like I went to sleep and stuff, and then the next morning I went to look at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's still not working. But then when I looked at it, like when I really looked, like I haven't really looked at it because the stuff was on it, but when I cleaned it off, it got like, it didn't get, okay, how do I say this? So it got darker. Like before it was just like kind of like a dark brown of my skin color, but now it turned like almost black. No, I wouldn't say black, like a really, really dark brown. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't notice this. Okay, so now let me show you the diagram. So it was like this before, right? And then when I really looked at it, it turned into like, I don't know how to draw it, but like, I'm not saying, like it did get smaller, but I'm main pointing to the trunk. And do you see the difference in the trunk? So I noticed that the head part was like practically coming off. Like the only thing holding it was like this really small piece, and I was like, whoa my gosh, it's coming off. I was getting so excited. And my trunk isn't really that big, I'm just enlarging it for you. But I so thought the trunk used to be big, but the trunk got so much smaller, aka the trunk. Okay, but I totally remember it being like larger, like wider, but when I looked at it, it was like, it wasn't actually, okay, let me make it more real. It was like shorter and it was thinner. I suck at drawing. So it was like this, and like this is a more like accurate picture of it, and it got so much smaller, and then the head was like only being held on by this little piece of skin. I'm sorry, that sounds really graphic, but I was like so excited. And like I was like, oh, is it just gonna fall off? Like, do I just wait? But I didn't really want to wait, and I was like kind of squeezing it between my nails, and it didn't hurt. So I was like, because before I used to do that, but now it didn't hurt. So this is the scary thing, but it took me like forever to do it. So I got some ice and a towel, and then I put it on the skin tag. It was like, because it was literally like so close to coming off, and I put it on my skin tag, and I just like left it there for like a minute or so to kind of like numb it. I was scared that it was gonna hurt. I don't know if it was the ice, but it really didn't hurt at all, like zero pain. So I put it on, and then I just got nail clippers. I sanitized my nail clippers and just like pinched it off. It took longer, like I didn't just pinch it, like I was like and then I chickened out and stuff like that, but I pinched it off and it didn't hurt at all, and it was gone, like no joke. The trunk wasn't there, and I didn't even really cut off the trunk. I just cut off the head from the trunk, and it was just like off, and it's still like, there was still like a dark spot there from where it was, but then after a couple like weeks, it's like totally, well, it's not completely my skin, but like you can't even like see it. I mean, you can see it if like you go like, oh look, but like you can't notice it. Like if I go like this, my friends won't notice. Before you can like see like a dark spot, it's like ah, but now I can go like this and like you can't even notice unless you're like staring at my armpit. And it was so exciting. And so now when I shave, I just go whee whoo, and it's like all clear, and it's awesome, and I love it. So yeah, so I highly recommend this. It is pricey for what it is, but compared to going to the doctors and having them look at it, or a dermatologist, this is like way cheaper. So yeah, totally go buy this if you have a skin tag, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!